Hey, welcome back to Evil's Comics. This guy right here is Evil Mike, or Mike if you prefer, and I got a review for you today. By request, actually, by Jose Sala Maltas. I know I mispronounced that, I'm sorry, but I got you, Jose. We're going to be reviewing Gone from DSTLRY, issue number 1. It is written, art, and colors by Jock, and then colors assistance by Lee Loughridge, and letters by AndWorld Design. So we're starting out in this sci-fi fantasy land. A Sun East settlement is where we start. The book kind of paints this picture like these guys are coming to raid this village. Is not what it is at all. These are guards and they're protecting the spaceport. They are looking for these ruffians that are stealing inside the spaceport. We find out this is where we meet our main character. There's 5 little kids and they're robbing a ship. They manage to escape. At least 2 of them do, our main character and 1 other. 3 of them actually get captured. And that's when we meet Abby. Abby is our main character. We see that she lives in this shanty town that is near the spaceport. And basically that's her life is thievery. Food is scarce. Basically they go out every day looking for food and supplies and stuff like that, and we find out quickly why the reason is. We also learn that another big ship touched down as soon as she's going home. We meet her mom. That's the main reason why she's out scrambling and scrounging for food, but there's kind of another reason we'll find out pretty soon. But we get this conversation between Abby and her mom doesn't like her going out. They discuss the new ship that is in the spaceport, and her mom really doesn't want to go out, fearing her danger. Kind of talking about it twice, but we find out why, and it's because she's pregnant. She wants Abby there through the childbirth, not just for food and supplies, but to help with the the new baby kind of thing. Later on that night, Abby says screw that, and she ends up going out with her friends. They end up meeting another group. They like team up to go to this new ship. They're going to hit it while it hits orbit, and then they're going to escape out of escape pods and jump back to the spaceport. They end up meeting the group, which ends up being a whole bunch of adults. They are led by this guy right here. I'm going to call him the leader. He has a way into the ship, which they show right here. As soon as they make it into the ship does take off like they had talked about. Abby quickly goes over the plan to find the food storage, grab the food, and get out, make it to the escape pods. As soon as they make it to the food storage, something bizarre happens. 2 of the adults, run out and scream, "Smash the corruption, death to the false rulers," and they explode the food storage, the supplies, everything. We learned that it is a much bigger ship that they're on, so there's a lot more food, but basically it throws Abby off. We jump over to the ship's captain. We find out the explosions. The ship was so massive the explosions didn't even register, but the rebels, which you'll find out that's what they are, they're exploding more of the ship, as you can see. And it's drawn the captain to alert security and send them to those sections of the ship. We see the rebels are quickly exploding more. Basically at this time Abby and the kids are trying to escape, getting caught in a crossfire. At one point they get separated, backed by security guards and the rebels. Eventually Abby, having to kill a bunch of security guards to save everybody, she jettisons them out into space. But eventually through the commotion, her and her friends get separated, and they make it to the escape pod. She doesn't. She's able to, send off the escape pod. It jettisons, and she is left. And that's kind of where we get our main title card, them showing them jettison. Eventually we catch up with Abby, and she has been on the ship for 8 weeks, and we've learned that she is very resourceful. She's been managed to hide throughout the lower decks and higher decks of the ship, and she's managed to have food and kind of made a life for herself there. She's ultimately trying to find a way to make it back to her mom and the new baby, but at this point she's just trying to survive kind of thing. There is rumors around the ship of rebels and the girl. They talk about the girl as in just that, the girl, sightings and stuff. We learn one of the ways that Abby has been you know, surviving on the ship. It's from this guy, the chef. He is the ship's main chef or whatever, and somehow they came into contact, and he gives her little, you know, supply caches of food, and also keeps her up on information. We also see a scene where she meets, you know, she passes through where the rebels are. The rebels like Abby. They're, you know, her people, that kind of stuff. Abby does not. You know, after that whole thing with the food storage stuff and them canceling the plans, you know, Abby kind of hates them with a passion, so she avoids them, kind of thing. We see a couple different shots of how massive this ship is, and Abby kind of lays out, you know, that there is some cool things to do. She shows us this couple that she watches from up high, and they mingle with these other couples, kind of like her version of TV. As this is going on, all of a sudden some rebels come out of nowhere and start blowing up stuff, which they have been throughout the entire time. Eventually, the captain alerts everybody to that section, with talk of the girl being in that location. We also see that our dude, the chef, runs out there trying to help the rebels and the security and stuff like that. Abby sees the chef run out there. She tries to save our dude, the chef, because, you know, he's all armed over here going up against the rebels and the security guys. Abby's kind of caught in between all three of them. Abby ends up shooting the security detail. The rebels end up shooting the chef, and that's how it lays out. You know, the chef ends up dying. He mentions to Abby to please stay safe. While Abby is grieving for her friend, the chef, something diabolical happens, right? Well, the rebels, they grab Abby, and then they're talking about taking her to the bridge, you know, hopefully trying to get this reward. But that's where the book leaves off. There is a cover preview to the next issue, which is dope because it's got this, but then it has this, like, the space line going from the ship all the way. I don't know. But guys, that's my review. Let me know down below what you thought of Gone, issue number 1 from Jock. I loved it. I thought it was great. The art, the colors, the lettering, the story that they set forth. I will say I do have a couple issues. What's with the rebels blowing up a ship while they're in space? You know, they trying to blow up, maybe they're suicidal rebels, you know. I don't know, guys, but that's my review. Let me know down below what you thought. Please, please, if you made it this far, hit that like button. You know, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Guys, that's all I got for you. Bye!